All right, guess I can start talking. It's been a couple of minutes. All right, what is good, everybody? It is the Godfather of VR, the ageless one of the man, Lincoln Clay, and we are back for a live stream of GT7. I do plan to do a little bit of racing, but the main point of this stream is to show you guys that you can have the complete setup for VR sim racing without having this, while only spending a fraction of the money that I spent. So I could end up repeating myself because, you know, maybe people will come in late and have questions possibly, but I get asked every now and then how much I spent on my sim racing setup, and it was quite a bit. You know, I've said it so many times, it's nauseating, but you know, I've got over $10,000 in my PCs alone. This cockpit, the wheelbase and all that stuff that I'm sitting in, probably got about $3,000 into that. My MetaQuest Pro headset that I use, I paid $1,000 for that. So I mean, now we're looking at about, you know, around $15,000, and that's just for the stuff that I use. That doesn't include other headsets and sim racing equipment that I bought in the past that I don't use at the moment. But and when I give you guys a number on how much I spent on my stuff, it's not to brag about how much money I might have spent. It's to explain to you guys what a rabbit hole this shit can be. And if I had a chance to do it all over again, I wouldn't have spent as much money as I did. You know, and I was, you know, the sim racing market right now is so competitive, and I think prices are better than ever for sim racing equipment. And then every time you look around, we get new entries into the direct drive market. So I think now's a wonderful time, you know, to get into sim racing. And again, you don't have to spend, you know, the type of money that I spend. You can do it for a fraction of it. So basically, what I wanted to do is go through what you need and how much it'll cost you, and show you that you can get a pretty good experience. I think you guys will see that you can get an experience comparable to what I have, and hopefully be pleasantly surprised at how much it'll cost. So let's get started. Let me change scenes. All right, so the first thing you're going to start with, at least for this particular setup, you're going to start with the PS5. Now, right now, the PS5 in America retails for $500 for the disc version and $445 for the PS5 Slim digital version. And if you're willing to buy secondhand, you can definitely save some money. So right here, I've got an eBay page brought up. So scrolling down to eBay, nobody's going to pay. Oh, this is for a PS5. This guy must have lost his mind right here. $1,049. It's not so much that his price is ridiculous, is that there doesn't appear to be any shortages of PS5 Pros. I mean, you know, depending on what I would get for trade for my PS5. And depending on what people say about PS5 Pro relative to PSVR 2 and GT7, I could possibly buy one next week, but it's too soon to say. But anyway, coming down to the PS5, right here, we've got one with a buy it now price of $350. We've got another one right here, $320, or best offer. You know, I'm sure that person will take three. So that being said, I think you can safely say that, you know, if you look hard enough, you can find a PS5 for $300. Not to mention that when the PS5 Pro comes out, the prices might even go down even more, possibly. Let's see here. This is a PS5 Digital Edition console, $225 best offer. The biggest reason why I think this might be a scam is because they're showing a picture of a disc PS5 and they're advertising a digital edition. So I wouldn't trust that one. Let me see here. Here's another one for $350 or best offer, $399 or best offer, $320 for best offer. I'll buy it now for $300. And I mean, actually, I sold mine. I sold one of mine for $300. I think about a year ago, I had two PS5s, and one of them was not, I just wasn't using them enough to justify having two PS5s. So I sold one of them to my friend for $300. So yeah, I do believe that you will be able to find one for $300, and you don't necessarily have to go through eBay. Maybe you can find one at the Facebook Marketplace for $300. So that's the first avenue right there, and then on to the VR headset. For the VR headset, for this particular setup that I'm talking about here, we're talking about the PSVR 2. The PSVR 2 normally retails for $550. Or $600 for the Rysen Call It a Mountain bundle. Honestly speaking, the PSVR 2 did not make an earth-shattering impact on the VR landscape. It is rumored that they have sold 2 million headsets, but they definitely had to do some maneuvering. But be it as it may, I do believe for a variety of reasons, most of it probably because of the lack of some particular AAA games, a lot of people have put the PSVR 2 headsets up for sale on eBay. So we go here for the PSVR 2 on eBay. Here's one that says $349 or best offer. You might be able to knock him down to $300. Here's another one right here for $309.99, or as my man Thrash would say, $309.99. $309.99. Here's another one here for $359. We'll call it $360 or best offer. Here's another one. Buy it now for $350. $350. This one is currently still in auction. The highest bid right now is $285. There's 38 bids on this. There's 22 hours left on the auction. I expect that to go over 300 by the time the auction by the time it expires. Here's another one. $374. Buy it now. Here's one headset only for $158. Here's another one, headset only, $170. Here's one, Call It a Mountain VR bundles. Well, this is currently $305. That's the highest bid. So yeah, give or take, you can probably find a PSVR 2 headset for $300 on eBay. Same deal. You can find one around that same price at the Facebook Marketplace and get one locally. So now I'm going to say we're sitting at $600. You can find a PS5 for $300, and you can find a PSVR 2 for $300. Next is let's go with the wheelbase, the steering wheel, the wheelbase, and the pedals. Now, for this you can go much cheaper, but this is what I'm recommending. Direct drive wheelbases after having a Thrustmaster T150, a CSL, a Fanatec CSL Elite wheelbase, and now this Fanatec Podium DD1. I would say that once you go direct drive, you don't go back, because with the direct drive wheelbases, you feel the small details, the little bumps in the road, nicks, you know, potholes, cracks, whatever might be in the road. You feel all that small detail that you might not feel with a belt-driven wheel. Now, I mean, if you want to go super cheap, let's see here. I'll add a window, and we can go to Best Buy. If you want to go super cheap, super to doopy cheap. Actually, actually, we can still go to the Thrustmaster website. So actually, we'll go this way. So right here, this would be the wheelbase that I'm recommending. This is the new, even though I haven't tried it, but this is the new Thrustmaster T598. And this is their version of a direct drive wheelbase. It has the wheel, the wheelbase, and pedals. This bundle is $500, and I can tell you right now,
Garuda Legends said, "Looks like something I will slip on, and you would have to suplex me out a window and land on a bunch of skateboards downhill. I can't snowboard on tarmac. I come in peace. I did not bring armor."
How's it going? How's it going, Garuda? How you doing?
And you would have to.
That's funny. So this wheelbase is 5 Newton meters of torque, and this is nothing to sneeze at, because the Fanatec CSL Elite wheelbase that I had was 5 Newton meters of torque. And the thing about this wheelbase is that 5 Newton meters of torque is continuous. That's the holding torque. I guess it can spike up to 100% more. Like if you were to hit a hard bump or something like that, I think they were saying. So it sounds like this wheelbase can actually go a little bit higher than 5 Newton meters of torque, but that's, you know, peak. But holding or continuous torque is 5 Newton meters of torque. So I think that's pretty damn good. Again, it's $500. Sure, you could find something cheaper, but so right there, 5 Newton meters plus overshoot, constant torque, and super boosted effects. It has the magnetic pedals, which you would see on a lot of premium wheels. Let's see here. Race dash screen, which you don't even get that. I don't even think you get that on the CSL DDs. So yeah, wheelbase pedals, $500. Now, like I said, if you want to go super cheap, here we'll check out some. There, let me see here. Racing. Right here, the Thrustmaster T128. This is $200, but it is only 2 Newton meters of torque. And I wouldn't recommend it. I mean, just get this. Just go ahead and get this T598. And then the other thing is, this Thrustmaster T598, it is the cheapest direct drive bundle you will find that is officially licensed for the PlayStation. Because like Fanatec, for instance, they charge you more for the PlayStation licensed stuff. Which I'll take you there in a second. I'll take you to the Fanatec website and show you. Let's see here. Let's go to the Fanatec website. Okay, so here we are at the Fanatec website. And so starting up here at the top, this is the wheelbase I have right here, the Podium wheelbase DDR1, but it doesn't have the quick release 2. It has the original quick release, but that's $1,000, which at the time that I bought mine, it was $1,200 because at the time that I bought my DD1, Fanatec still had a stranglehold on the direct drive market.
Garuda Legends said, "Did you say the Thrust Master? I am more R&B than heavy metal."
All right. So if you come down here, this is the, here, let me click on it. This is the Gran Turismo DD Pro, 5 Newton meters of torque. You get the wheel, the wheelbase, pedals, and a desk clamp. And this is $700, $200 more than the Thrustmaster wheelbase. And the reason they're charging you that extra $200 is because of the PlayStation license. Sony charges a license; they charge a licensing fee, and they pass it on to the consumer. So, like right here, this Clubsport DDD. Show you this right here. This Clubsport DD Plus. This is an officially licensed wheelbase for the PlayStation 5. It is 15 Newton meters of torque. It is $1,000. You come down here to the same Clubsport DD. It is the exact same wheelbase, except that it is not officially licensed for the PlayStation, meaning natively it will not work on the PlayStation, but it is $200 less. So, and that is why I have to recommend this Thrustmaster. It is $200 cheaper than the Fanatec setup. It has the same amount of torque, and it is officially licensed for the PlayStation, so it will work on PlayStation and PC and Xbox, I believe. Lastly, your racing cockpit. I think this is where you can. This is also where you can save a ton of money. The racing cockpit that I'm sitting in right now, at the time that I bought it, it was $1,000. It is a GT Omega Prime. It does not cost that much anymore, but there are still much, much, much cheaper options. So let's see here. Let's go to the GT Omega website. So, cockpits. Yes, I accept. Now, this Titan cockpit that I have highlighted right here, originally I was going to buy that one, but Ham suggested I go ahead and get the aluminum extrusions ones. Just go ahead and pay the extra money and get the top of the line model. And for this wheelbase, this 20 Newton meters of torque, I would have needed it. This would not have cut it. But in any case, it's $224, but you would still need to
Garuda
add
Legends
a seat.
said, "I am a truck driver, so going more than 90 miles per hour will make me cry in fear or cry in jail. This looks like fun. I get to do 145 and up, and wiggle between cars in a closed tract." Garuda Legends said, "I ain't built for that."
Right? Okay, so let's start with the Omega Prime. This is the one that I have. So this is $539. It is on sale, but if you add a seat to it, that's going to jump the price up another $200 or $300. Let's check the price of chairs. No, let's wheel stands, racing seats. Here we go. So yeah, we're looking at for the R12, we're looking at regular price is $230. Right here, this R9 simulator seat. This is the one that I'm sitting in right now. So it looks like this seat retails for $190. It's on sale for $171. So that's going to take the price up to, we'll just say $750 if you were to buy the GT Omega Prime. But so yeah, let's just say $200 for a seat. And let's go with this. Let's see what this art cost. So this GT Omega Art cockpit, this is $134 on sale.
Gaming Legends said, just get a car seat from a scrapyard and fit it into a cockpit.
That's what Ham did, but I chose to go ahead and buy the seat with it because it's a GT Omega. It is a GT Omega rig, so I chose to buy a GT Omega seat, so I know that there wouldn't be any issues, that I wouldn't have to make any kind of modifications for it in terms of trying to get it to fit on the rig. So I just went ahead and went with that. But the rigs, the cockpits that I'm getting ready to show you on Amazon are going to be so cheap that I don't think I really don't think you would need to have to fish for another, I mean, unless you want to, you wouldn't have to fish for a junkyard seat. So this Art cockpit is $134. You throw a seat on there, and we're looking at about $300, which I think is super, super cheap. But I would question how strong it is. You know, I think if you put a 5 Nm wheelbase on there like that Thrustmaster T598 that I showed you, it may flex a little bit. If you put a T128 on there.
Said, at Gaming Legends can I drift? I know how not to freak out on snow when the wheel slips. I am a 4-wheel drive type of man. I will get a Subaru car.
There you go. So, so yeah, cockpits are pretty cheap. Let's see here. But yeah, if you, this is $135 if you want to throw a seat in with it. In particular, the seat that I'm sitting in, you're looking at $305, which I think that's pretty good. But if you're going to use a super cheap wheelbase like the T128 that I just showed you for $200, yeah, you can go that route. But for this, I'm looking at the Titan cockpit. That's $224. You add a seat, we're up to, I'm going to say just $400, a little under $400. So yeah, you add a seat to that, you're looking at, what's it say? Does it show a price? And the plate's adjustable. Then again, the plate's adjustable on mine. But coming over here to Amazon, excuse me, I think you can get something comparable that's cheaper. And I'm looking at this right here. This GT Player racing simulator cockpit with seat and Bluetooth speakers. This is $349.
Said, yes. Get the full experience.
And this rig actually has speakers built into the seat right there. Bluetooth speakers into the seat. And this is $349. So I think that's pretty good. Excuse me. So what's our grand total? Where's the calculator at? So $600 for the PSVR 2 and the PS5. $500 for the Thrustmaster T598. So now we're up to $1,100. And then $350 for this cockpit right here. Brings us up to $1,450 for the complete setup. And if you choose to, and if you buy the PSVR 2 headset, you can also use it on PC as well. So if you've got a PC, or if you're planning to buy a PC, you can also use that headset as a PC headset over there to do your sim racing over on PC. Which
Garuda Legends said, automatic is good for drag racing.
There you go.
Using manual or manual tricktonic shifting if how you master hills and corners.
Yeah, and then this this rig right here also looked like it has a plate for a shifter, for a manual shifter. So yeah, I think that I think that's pretty good. And it's free delivery from November 6th through the 8th. So yeah, again, you can have a complete experience and only spend a fraction of the money that I spent. So yeah, again, if I had a chance to do this all over again, I wouldn't have spent as much money as I did. Now, as far as my computer goes, maybe I would have built that all over again. Maybe I wouldn't, because the 3080 Ti I was using was getting the job done. But yeah, later on this week, I'll do another stream, and I'll talk about like sim racing on PC in VR, and I'll talk about what I think you should have for minimum PC specs, just to get through the
Garuda
door.
Legends said, get the manual shifter version so you don't have to get a new one.
There you go. And I'll also talk about recommended hardware, minimum and recommended. So, yeah, I'll do that in a couple of days too. But there you go, a complete setup. And and I think this is a good setup. I don't think this is a cheap bootleg setup. I think even though I haven't tried it, I mean, from the reviews that I've been seeing about this Thrustmaster, people have had a lot of good things to say about it. So I mean, I think this wheelbase. The only drawback to this wheelbase is that it doesn't have a load cell pedal, but that is coming. Thrustmaster, just like pretty much everybody else, is giving you an option to buy an optional load cell pedal, so you can so it'll be you'll have the complete setup. So I put it this way: you take this cockpit, you take this Thrustmaster wheelbase, the PSVR 2 and the PS5. If you had all that stuff at your place, and I was to come over to your place, I would say, let me try it. I wouldn't look at it and be like, oh no, I'm not going to touch that. Now, the one thing that I would not recommend is this type of shit. This shit looks like a lawn chair. It's $200. Spend the extra $150 and get the other wheelbase that
Garuda
was
Legends
checking out.
Said, the difference with cars and tractor trailers is we can float. It is basically shifting gears without using the clutch. In a car you need to clutch or your flywheel will burn and break.
Okay. I tried to keep up with that one, but yeah, good one, Garuda. All right, so I think I'm ready to jump into GT7. Oh, and that's the other thing too. By getting the PS5 and the PSVR 2, GT7, the drawback is that GT7 is the only racing game on PS5 that has PSVR 2 support. But in that same breath, GT7 is an all-in-one game. There's Formula 1 cars on there. There's hypercars on there. There's GT3, GT4, Group 2 cars. There's retro cars, production cars, karts. So it's an all-in-one game. So I I would say that would be the only drawback is that the only two drawbacks is that, again, you know, GT7 is the only racing game with VR support. I'm hoping next year maybe the Formula 25 and maybe some other races will get VR support. Who knows? And the other drawback is having to needing PlayStation Plus in order to race online. That's $80 a year. So those are the two drawbacks. But all in all,
Garuda Legends said, the minimum gear in a tractor is 8 gears. I like trucks with 12 to 13 gears.
That's definitely way over my head, being that I've never driven a semi before. So yeah, I think that would be a very nice setup for less than $1,500. All right, so let's jump into some racing. All right. So we'll do a few races, and then I've got a couple of things I have to do.
Gaming Legends said, I prefer Gears of War 3.
Gears of War is cool. That's why I bought an Xbox Series S a couple of weeks ago, so I can go back and play those old Gears games at 60 frames per second. So I'm going to try this first race with my normal McLaren. All right, let's saddle up. Let's get some practice.
Garuda Legends said, the trick is to not look at the deadline, but listen to the engine when it spools. Basically you have to make sure your Gear of War 3 is for corners and don't go hard on the gas and has a spin out.
Yeah, that sounds like the Garuda I know, saying quirky shit that don't make any sense.
Garuda Legends said, how I rock is keep the gear higher in a turn, then downshift into a lower gear to accelerate. The moment you out the turn in an apex downshift and spoil the gears to launch in a line.
Alright, I will keep that in mind.
Garuda Legends said, it is all about engine redline management. Garuda Legends said, also touching any grass will make your vehicle slip. It is rear wheel. Grass is more unforgiving than hydroplaning.
Okay.
Gaming Legends said, so don't smoke any. Garuda Legends said, dang you flying. Me taking a nap and don't remember what happened. Nice.
Oh my lord.
Bruta Legends said, "Don't ghost. Learn you run an Apex."
Ah. Ay, Chihuahua. Flat. That's okay. The races that I did earlier this week, the fastest guys in the B classes that I was racing against were turning in like a 126 flat. I don't think I've seen anything under 126. Yep, right here, 126.4. So I'm still a whole, might as well call it a second and a half off the pace. All right, let's go. What a dirty fucking asshole. That guy in the Lambo, he had already bumped 2 or 3 people. What a dirty fucking asshole.
Legends said, "Don't give up. You still have time to catch up."
This is only a 6-lap race.
Legends said, only need 3 laps to catch up and 2 laps to get in a good place. Don't give up. Glory0209 said, "Hello.
Gory, what's up? How you doing?"
Legends said, "Be careful. Pass them when you can." Legends said. Flex on the last place losers.
I'll do my best.
Garuda Legends said. Nice.
Thanks. I think that guy tried to take me out, but he missed. Yeah, these guys are dirtier than ever. We also, and the other thing about this game, unfortunately, we got some dirty assholes in this game that's trying to be the next Kimi Vellicini.
Garuda Legends said. Now keep the pace and get ahead in a comfortable apex.
And the thing about it is, it's more my fault than it is his fault, because I saw what he was doing. I saw that he was trying to knock cars off the road, and I tried to overtake him. I like dudes like that make it their focus to try to knock other cars off the road. Sooner or later, they miss, and they go off the road themselves, and that's when I can get past them. So I should not have tried to overtake him at the time that I did. So I'm going to use that car one more time.
Garuda Legends said. You still flex 2 places after they dirty ride you.
Yeah.
That is impressive.
Well, thank you.
Garuda Legends said, never give up.
Definitely. So I am going to take a second to grab a drink. So even though I'll be away from the mic, I'm still wearing this wireless headset so I can still hear the comments.
Garuda Legends said, I will go grab a beer.
Good idea.
That was impressive.
Thank you. Yeah, if I still drank, I would have a beer. But I think it's been 13 years or something since I had a drink.
Garuda Legends said, be back in 10 or 15 minutes.
I should be here. Here, I'm in here too. Is this a little bit more? Today, there was also a weekly race on Le Mans Ultimate. It was a 2-hour race at Bahrain, and I think they did this to coincide with the WEC season finale at Bahrain, which happened today. It was 8 hours of Bahrain, which I did watch most of that race. And damn, I wish I simply put, I overslept. I wish I would have got up so I could do that race, a 2-hour race. I do believe on Le Mans Ultimate, I believe that they have the VR fully functional enough that they could go public with it. So I would like to think it can't be too far away from going public, but I mean they still continue to make improvements even though the VR is hitting. I mean, they know that we're using it, and they encourage us to continue to use it. In fact, they encourage us to use it and give them feedback. So, a little off topic, but yeah, I really wanted to do that race. I overslept and didn't set my alarm. So, and I highly doubt that I'm going to do any racing during the day tomorrow because we got football, and the Lions play at 4 o'clock, and they have a huge game against the Packers. This is a game they have to win in order to maintain first place in the NFC North, and also to maintain the #1 seed in the NFC conference. So this is a very, very important game. In fact, I dare say that this is the most important game of the Lions season right here. So I will be watching that. I clean up my glasses here. We got 2 minutes. So yeah, to go back to the start of this stream, I showed you guys that if you're dead serious and you want to get into sim racing and you want a good experience, but don't want to spend a lot of money, you can do it for a fraction of what I paid. And like, I ended up spending as much money as I did, not so much because of sim racing being an expensive hobby, more or less because I went down a rabbit hole because, you know, I bought what I felt was the best cockpit. I bought what I felt was one of the best wheelbases. And even though the Fanatec V3 pedals, they're no longer tops, but for a while they were still the measuring stick. Every time somebody came out with a new set of load cell pedals, the first thing they want to do is compare them to the Fanatec V3 pedals. So these pedals must be still pretty good if people, you know, compare their new pedals to the V3s for years. So, all right, we got to suit up. We got less than a minute or a minute. And I just have to be smart about this next race, since it's only a 6-lap race. Almost, I guess, to use the football term, I guess I just have to take what the defense gives me and don't try to force anything. Because we're dealing with dirty people that just it makes them sick to their stomach that somebody might overtake them. So. And here we go. So yeah, I'm at the bottom again. 126.4 is the fastest lap once again. Let me keep an eye out. Let me see the Dantas. I think he might be the dirty one that I dealt with last race. The only thing I will say that if I get next to him and he tries to take me out, I don't know if I'll retaliate or not, but I definitely will take evasive action. I'm second to last. that again.
Legends said, "You in the Pacific nice." Legends said, "Moving on up." Eosim Racing Corner said, "Let's go. No pressure."
The dude brake check. What a dirty move! He brake checked me right at the finish line in the hopes of giving me a penalty. That's the same guy I had a problem with last race. That was absolute dirty shit. All right, I'm gonna do this once again, and I'm calling it. If I see this guy next race, if he starts giving me trouble, I might take him out.
Garuda Legends said, "You was flexing. You was moving in." Eosim Racing Corner said, "Wow, that was crazy."
Yeah, he hit the brakes right at the finish line. Yeah, that was absolute dirty. So I'm gonna go grab another drink while we wait for the next race. So once again, I'm wearing a wireless headset. So if you make any comments,
Garuda Legends said, "Don't try to take them out. That is what they want.
so
Flex them out in the turns again."
I have ways of taking them out without touching them. Basically, I play a game of chicken with them.
Eosim Racing Corner said, "Don't let your emotions get the best of you."
Right, correct. When I deal with people like that, what I'll do is I'll put them in a position where if they want to keep their lead on me, I race them to the absolute last point, and then when they hit the brakes, they'll go past their brake marker and skid off the track. So that's how I get rid of guys that are a problem. You know, basically, I make them overstretch their limits. Guys like Tichney and the Key 25, whenever they come across dirty racers like that, those guys are in with Polyphony Digital, so all they have to do is just take that person's name down, turn it into Polyphony Digital, and then those guys will get banned. So when I say take them out, I don't mean take them out pit maneuver wise. I mean take them out in a sense that I'll make these guys push their car past their limit, and you know, it'll get to the point where instead of breaking at the 100-meter mark, these guys will try so hard to try to keep their lead over me that they'll end up breaking at the 50-meter mark and then fly right off the track. So when I say take them out, that's what I mean. The bottom line is I plan on trying to force these guys into making a mistake and make them fly off the track. And then once they go off the track, they're gone for good. I won't have to worry about them anymore. And so no, I'm not gonna ram him. You know, I'm not gonna touch his behind and send him into the wall or anything like that. So it's 10 o'clock on a Saturday night. Hope everybody is having a good evening. I mean, other than that one dirty guy, the race was fun and it was competitive. That last race also turned in my fastest lap too. It was a 127.7. So that was actually like I think 1.3 seconds off the pole setter. So hell, if
Garuda Legends said, "You was legitimately good riding and passing PPL. That was epic Imo."
Thank you, Garuda. I mean, the GT7 could be a good fun. It can be fun when you have clean racers, but it can also be infuriating when you deal with dirty racers too. All that being said, that's why I like when they have the daily races where they have the Group 3 races and it's a Group C race, because then it's more an endurance race where it might be 15 or 20 laps. And so people with a half a brain know they can't do anything stupid early because it'll cost them. All right, I think we can get ready to suit up here. Also, shout out to my sim racing friends, you know, Sim Racing Guru, J-Dub, HamVR, Graybeard Gamer, E-Double, Natty.
Garuda Legends said, I think in GT you can submit your best lap before the match to be in a certain line. Try banking your best lap before match.
You mean quali? So my fastest lap in quali was a 128.5, but that last race somehow I was able to gain like damn near a full second of speed, and it's just too bad I didn't turn in that lap during quali. But we'll get new daily races on Monday, so it's not going to be worth it to me to spend a lot of time practicing on this track when we'll have a new set of daily races coming up here in a couple of days.
Garuda Legends said, quality laps.
Let's see if he's in here again.
Garuda Legends said, qualify laps I meant.
Yeah, yep. Nope, I don't see him. So maybe we'll have a... So the dirty racer isn't in this race, so maybe we'll have a clean race this time. Idiot dive bomber. Yeah, you guys go ahead and fight it out. He got a 2-second penalty, so I am not going to engage with him.
Legends said, you need to qualify. This way you don't have to deal with these scrub muffins and try to pass.
Yep. Nice brace check, man. Oh my God. Got hit with a penalty.
Garuda Legends said, "This is a clean match. If you don't qualify as a good rider, it will be almost impossible to win from the group. They are good riders and the leader can flex. Be in front the pact."
Got one more left in me.
Garuda Legends said, "Please do qualify laps."
I don't think it's going to make much of a difference because I did a 128 flat qualifying and my fastest lap is a 127. Honestly speaking, unless I can get into the 126s, I don't think it makes any point in qualifying. Because as you can see, the guys up front, they're turning in 126s. They're still a whole second and a half faster than me. So the fastest qualifying lap that I've seen so far today was a 126.4. That's still 1.3 seconds faster than my fastest lap. So unless I get into the 126s, I don't see any point in trying to qualify, because at the best I'm probably going to be able to shave off 1, 2, maybe 3 tenths, which isn't going to make a difference. The fact of the matter is, for as much as I despise the dirty racing in this game, it actually helps me when I'm behind all the dirty driving. Because when two guys are fighting it out, trying to push each other off the road, one of them's going to go off the road. When he goes off the road, I can just drive right past him. And then the guy who managed to stay on the track, He moves up, he catches up to the next person,
Garuda Legends
and he starts fighting with them.
Said, shave off that time.
It's not gonna make a difference. If after tonight, if I decide to do this again, if I decide to do this particular daily race again, then yeah, maybe I'll, try to put in some qualifying laps to get a little bit faster. But tonight, 1, 2, 3 tenths isn't going to make a difference. It's definitely not going to get me up to the front of the pack. At the most, if I'm lucky, it might move me up 1 or 2 notches, but that's not going to make a difference either, because you still have to worry about the dive bombers taking out 2 or 3 people, because there's been a fair amount of that tonight too.
Garuda Legends said, but you can't flex and you can rely on PPL crashing to get a position from last.
I can't rely on that to win a race, but I can rely on that to finish up better than what my starting position was. Because it's inevitable that people are going to wreck each other, and they're going to, race dirty and what have you. In order for me to get fast enough to win races in the B class, I need to do a lot of practice. A lot of practicing, more practice than it would take tonight. And the other thing about it is, Garuda, I devote, when it comes to practicing,
Garuda Legends said, it will. You can race with PPL who are flying, rather than scrub muffins battling for last place.
But also,
think about it.
But I don't take this game serious, Garuda, because of how much dirty driving that goes on. I don't take this game seriously. I more or less do this for the people who supported me through the years. When it comes to racing seriously and putting in practice and really try to turn in those faster laps, I dedicate most of my time to Le Mans Ultimate. I've been down that road before with GT7, where I put in countless hours of practicing, trying to get faster, only to get taken out by a dirty driver. So I just don't take this game serious anymore. I just don't. I won't.
Garuda Legends said, practice is now. How can you get good when you dolphin dive into the sewer with dirty drivers?
I get where you're going, Garuda, and you're persistent, but I'm just not going to practice tonight. I'm not, this is pure entertainment. It's Saturday, it's GT7, this game is, to me, this game is a simcade, and it's bottom line. It's just a game I don't really take serious. It's for entertainment purposes. Back when I was practicing on this game, and only to get knocked out by a dirty driver, it had me so furious that I actually walked away from this game for like 4 months, and I had vowed never to return to this game. But I had came back because of the people who supported me through the years. There was a stretch when I was winning a good amount of races, but as I got placed in grids with faster people, I mean, the faster you get, the more they're going to match you up with faster people. The only motivation for me to go back to putting in countless hours of practice is to try to get out of the B class and try to get back into the A class, because the B class is by far the dirtiest class on this game. I mean, if you get trapped in the B class, it is super, super hard to get out of this class because of the dirty drivers.
Garuda Legends said, I believe in you. You are flexing on these scrub muffins though. Let me shut up and I will walk into the volcano myself.
Alright.
LOL. Garuda Legends said, flex on these scrubs.
Alright, I will do my best while I'm getting set here. So, as far as sim racing goes over the next couple of days, if I stream anything tomorrow...
Garuda Legends said, you don't even have to suplex me into the volcano.
Alright, I'll let you slide this time. If I stream anything tomorrow, it would be tomorrow evening. You know, if I hook up with the Graybeard Gamer, because he does community races on Automobilist too on Sunday nights. And then Monday is the day that I'm looking at doing the stream and, you know, talking about PC specs, you know, what it would take to have a good VR ready PC for sim racing in VR. So after tonight, I may not be back on GT7 until the middle of the week. So yeah, 126.4 once again seems to be the fastest lap, and I am 1.6 seconds off of that as far as my qualifying lap goes. So as far as my fastest lap tonight of 127.7, that's still 1.3 seconds off of the pace of the leader. And then
Garuda Legends said, can you make a notification when you going live?
A lot of times
Garuda Legends said, I am a subscriber for years.
I definitely appreciate that. He had his mind made up. He was going to dive bomb.
Garuda Legends said, good ride. Flex on these scrub muffins.
Oh my God. Look at them fighting it out up there.
Garuda Legends said, "You basically got T-boned."
Yeah.
Garuda Legends said, I can't wait to see you play in the other racing games. Smiling face with heart eyes.
Thanks. Well, then you definitely want to check me out when I stream Le Mans Ultimate, because there isn't near as much dirty racing as you will see.
Garuda Legends said, I understand. I am off today, so I can catch this live. Sometimes I am just not on the internet when you stream.
Well, I'm kind of sporadic. I used to try to be on a schedule. Hold on. I know this isn't a good thing to do, but I used to try to be on a schedule. And honestly, because of the games that I was playing and the nature of what was going on in those games, being on a schedule wasn't fun. So case in point, I would try to stream like maybe 4 times a week. Monday and Wednesday, I would stream GT7. Tuesday and Thursday, I would stream ACC. And I get out of work, I'm super tired, and I'm feeling like it was starting to feel like a job. It wasn't fun anymore. I would come home from work, and I felt like, what is the point of streaming when all I'm going to do is jump in there and a dirty driver is going to knock me off the road? So it wasn't fun anymore to put myself on a schedule only to go into a race and get knocked off the track. ACC wasn't much better because they were doing the same dumb shit over there too, over on ACC. The difference is that on ACC, those guys were scared that, if they get hit with a penalty from low fuel motorsports, it would kill their rank. So guys would be dirty on ACC, and then they would send you a message, oh, I'm sorry, I missed my braking point, I didn't mean it, yeah, and all that kind of stuff. So it was getting to a point where it seemed like every race I was getting knocked off the track for one reason or another. And then and I'm putting myself on a schedule on top of that. So it felt like, okay, 4 o'clock every day, I'm coming home to stream only to get knocked off the track. That don't look good after a while, because I don't think people want to see that shit. Watch you stream every day only for you to get knocked off the track. And so because of that, I just Like GT7, I had made the decision to walk away from it. I was done with it. ACC, thank goodness for Le Mans Ultimate, because when Le Mans Ultimate came along, that solidified that I was done with ACC.
Garuda Legends said, just put out a preemptive schedule so I can join as a subscriber. A lot of times I am working when you are live.
What I could do is, like, maybe the day before, maybe try to put out a community post like, hey, you know, I'll be streaming live on this day at this time, whatever. The one thing that I will say, the one schedule that, even though I haven't been keeping it, that I want to try to keep is streaming on Saturday mornings, because on Saturdays, on, like, I think once a month, Le Mans Ultimate has a huge event. So, like, today they had a big race at Bahrain. It was a 2-hour race, and I wanted to do that, but I stayed up late. I stayed up till like 3-4 in the morning, and then by the time I woke up, I had to go pick up my son. I didn't have time to do anything else. So that I need to get better at. But as far as going back to a schedule, like going back to a fixed schedule, I can, especially with GT7, I can almost tell you the same thing's going to happen again. It's going to start to feel like a job, and it's not going to be fun just to jump on this game and get knocked off the track. And that's what made me come back to this game. In addition to the people who supported me for years, I had to tell myself, all right, don't take this game seriously
Garuda Legends said, yes. I've been working so many times and I can't join your live streams because I am working.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'll make an effort to try to, like, maybe the day before or something like that, put out notifications. But as far as GT7 goes, no, I can't go back to a fixed schedule. Otherwise, this game's not going to be fun anymore. And as I was about to say, the biggest thing that made me come back was the people who supported me for years. And I had to tell myself, don't take this game seriously. Just come back and just try to have fun and let whatever happens happen. If I get in there and if I put myself on a fixed schedule and I get in there breaking my neck trying to win races,
Garuda
only to get
Legends
knocked off the track by a dirty
said,
racer, it's not going to be fun anymore.
I am okay with the 5-hour notice so I can join.
Okay.
If I don't know, I can't join your live.
Fair enough. So, I guess to put things in a ballpark, as I said earlier, if I do stream tomorrow...
Garuda Legends said, I am off today, so I insta-clicked on you live stream.
Cool. So, yeah, if I stream tomorrow, it'll be Automobile List 2 with the Gray Beard Gamer, which would be around 8:30 Eastern time, and then like I said before, may possibly stream on Monday and do the stream where I was talking about, you know, hardware relative to racing in VR on PC, what I think you would need for minimum hardware and what I think you would need for recommended hardware. So we'll see how that plays out. With that, I'm going to go ahead and boogie on out of here and call it a night. And I hope to see you on the next one. Until then, you all know the line. Wakanda forever. Long live the king, and deuces. It's Saturday night. Everybody enjoy the rest of your night, the rest of your weekend, and go Lions. We'll see you soon, everybody.